Welcome, and take two. This is something I was wanting to show that I saw in a recent Crow House video. Excellent video, I'll leave the link below. And Max was showing the city of Yemen, along with a lot of other fascinating topics. And I had never seen the city of Yemen. I feel like here and there I might have seen a picture, but maybe with my new eyes it was extra fascinating. And this city of Yemen is called Sanya. And Yemen is located in the way southern tip of the Saudi Arabian Peninsula. And just an absolutely beautiful city. Like some kind of a gingerbread fairy tale city. All built of red brick and intricate ornate details, and I was just blown away. And this city is one of the poorest cities in the world. It has a population of about 4 million, and mostly poverty. And yet whoever built this city was anything but poor. The resources and intricacy that went into construction of every single inch of this city depicts anything but a poor people. And here they're telling us this is a mosque, and perhaps it is today, but clearly looking like some kind of antiquitech or a power plant, even in modern times. Really amazing. And just completely mind-blowing. I mean, this makes me feel like this may have been what all the old structures that were found and repurposed may have looked like. This to me looks like Tartarian architecture. And we come along and we apply new facades over them and all of this creepy artwork and call it a construction. And what a perfect way to redesignate this entire plan. If they would have left these buildings in this condition, now that would have been fishy. But with these facades over this already beautiful infrastructure, a much easier build to sell. And there was just no end to how remarkable this city was, and constantly threatened by war. Absolutely remarkable. And out of these 4 million people, was this an introduced population or remnants from the original builders of this city that has clearly been in disrepair for quite a while? And we can see the means of modern repair, occasional plastering on the side of the brick, but not seeming like the prosperous people that built this city with this detail at one point. Domes every so often, spires everywhere. What was going on here? And what does history tell us about these people? Well, the city of Sanya is the largest city in Yemen, and it's one of the oldest inhabited cities in the world, at an elevation of 7,500 feet. It was bombed in 2015. It's one of the oldest populated places in the world. According to legend, Shem, the son of Noah, founded this city at the base of a mountain. So really amazing. There we are. This city, according to history, dates back to the Bible. Dates back to the son of Noah. Really, really remarkable. So, of course, this will require a lot more research and exploration, but considering this is my first real peek into this city of wonder, I thought I would share it immediately. Here is what's tucked away in the Saudi Arabian desert peninsula. And how long has this been in disrepair? Well, since the times of the Bible. Here are your biblical structures. Really, really amazing. And I think we'll just leave it at that. And next I wanted to jump in to a little subject that I touched on in my last video in Canada. And if you remember what I was trying to do, I was trying to get a look at Lake Winnipeg, and I'd theorized that that might be the location of the old city on an island located in the middle of the lake, Winnipeg, which was formerly possibly Lake Conibus. And in any case, a lot of people told me that there is an island on Lake Winnipeg, and it's called Reindeer Island. And we're going to have a little look if we can. But first, I just wanted to have a look at photos of old Winnipeg. Let's just see what kind of area we're dealing with here. And here we go. Just absolutely beautiful. Just to get a peek, here's what we're dealing with. Just glorious in the northern parts of North America. Just fascinating. And here being the old city hall, and here another little peek in older times. Just amazing. Amazing layout, and very primitive people, and super advanced architecture. And here a little peek at someone's Facebook page, looking lit up in older times. So in any case, just a little glimpse of the neighboring major city, and a lot of fascinating things to explore. I recently received a wonderful comment on Quebec and some nice leads that I'd like to explore. And here, while doing a little search for this Reindeer Island, the island located in Lake Winnipeg, I came across this star fort in Manitoba, Canada. And this appears to be out in the frosty tundra. Just remarkable. I just received a comment pointing to the Canadian star forts, and here we go. So here are some remnants now, or some kind of proof or confirmation of what we saw on the older maps. Civilization existing out here in what in modern times is very remote. And here is this amazing star fort, or remains of a star fort. In the case of the Statue of Liberty, I believe the base was 8 feet thick. Perhaps this is why they don't just destroy them completely. It would be very cumbersome. So really amazing. And, I just did this search on Reindeer Island. I put in ruins, Lake Winnipeg. Maybe that's not the best search. And here in Manitoba, this little vlog, and this woman is exploring sites. And to me, this seeming like some very old block work. I'm not sure, but it did just keep popping up in my search. And here I'm just going to jump topic for a quick moment. So the radiolaria, also called radiozoa, are protozoas, tiny, tiny little creatures with mineral skeletons and a central capsule dividing the cell, and the elaborate mineral skeleton is usually made of silica. And I found this really fascinating. Whereas when we all saw that video, No Forests, by the Russian video producer, we were introduced to the idea of a silica-based organism being these massive trees. And, when we see the petrified forests in Arizona, these are not ordinary petrified trees. They have a almost jewel, semi-precious stone-like interior. And it's said that these were from a era of silica-based life form. And I'd often wondered, well, what other kinds of silica creatures exist? And here are some right here. And just super interesting, even though they have pretty much the same inner workings, as we can see here, they form many different patterns. And I originally saw this on a Flat Earth British sub video, as you can see here, and I'll leave the link below. And he was proposing whether these radiolarians were perhaps the blueprint for Antiquitech. And I think so. And again, do check out his video. But I'll give you a little peek. I mean, here he was showing, just to give you an example of one of these radiolarians, how their forms can vary. They're silica skeletons. And this one really resembling a coliseum, in which he shows here. Just amazing. And then there were some others that really resembled symbols that we would see in India, as we can see here. This seeming, we've all seen this in Indian depictions, and forgive me, I forget the name of it right now. And this over here looking like a crown, and this looking like some columns, something we might see in a park or next to a building, or an entire building looking like this. And he's absolutely right that Antiquitech seems to be modeling these natural life forms. And again, this is new to me, and I have not seen these life forms until recently. And they just vary in endless ways. And again, this does require a lot more investigation, and I'm very careful of science, especially when it comes to space, showing us these distant things. And now these are tiny as well, and things that we can't really observe with the eye, but yet I seem to feel that these are real. And here we can see some dried radiozoa. And what could the role of these really be? They were saying in modern times they used them to date oil in oil exploration, petro, and these are found in oceans and typically decompose in a period of time and just turn into the seafloor, they were telling us. And in fact, Lee leaves a link to the channel that he discovered this video in, And here it is. I'll leave the link as well. And he was showing all the different variations. And I'm not sure if these are all individual photos, perhaps taken by microscope and just played in this series, but absolutely amazing. And again, this is only the skeleton. This is a life form. And again, sometimes seeming very natural, and then all of a sudden you'll see something that looks like something we would see on the top of an old cathedral, what we would call Antiquitech, or on the crown of a king, or his scepter, or anything. All of this Antiquitech, all of these things that seemed like we didn't really understand. Well, here is something in nature that is perhaps harvesting this same energy, and perhaps the ancients or this past civilization understood this and were modeling everything after these. And so we barely discovering our Antiquitech, and as well barely discovering this wondrous creature. I'm not sure how long ago it was discovered, but really amazing, and showing us that we are just infants in this realm that we live in, and our understanding of everything. And again, what could the role of these creatures be? How do they affect us? And this one just seeming really strange, like, having a little tail and less symmetrical than a lot of them. But there seems to be no limit to the variations of these life forms. And recently, Martin posted a picture that reminded me of this. Instantly, it brought me back to this. Originally, I saw this first, and then Martin posted this picture, and I don't know why, this dragon-like creature with this tail, and it was all the pointiness and the overinflatedness. And what is this depiction anyway? I mean, a very old depiction. No date really given, but seeming old by the attire. And this is just a really creepy picture. And Martin's post here says, taking the comet for a walk. Seeming like a dragon, and yet a dragon, a fiery, with a tail, and a lot of symbolism in the dragon and the comet, equal. What is this? What are they parading around? And of course, this is not a real picture, but yet very symbolic. And what it says down here is Les Fêtes du Soleil. So the festivals, or the party of the sun at the Industrial Palace, organized by the Press of Profit. That's really weird. So right away at the palace, the Industrial Palace, these clearly repurposed buildings, the Industrial Palace being a World's Fair building, repurposed. And here they're having another little party, the Party of the Sun, by the Press of Profit. And this strange dragon that just for some reason reminded me of these. And who knows, maybe in the right conditions, these creatures can grow to enormous sizes in the right conditions. Maybe a little warming of the water, or cooling, who knows. Suddenly these things, with their amazing ability to adapt, spring to life. Not sure, but I just thought I would share all of this. And here, at the end, I want to show my comment section, and here we can see likely spam, and I've clicked on it, and just to give you an idea that they are really up to no good, just trying to perhaps sow seeds of resentment with these menacing acts. What reason to put these wonderful comments into a spam folder? Here, Richard Lopez. What reason? And thank you all so much for your wonderful comments. And it's not right that they should be dumped into this spam folder. And it's completely beyond my control. Carlos Russo, nothing but good information and kind words. So I think I'll just end it there, and we'll recap in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do have a blessed day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Similar to two sides facing off, and one of the opponents runs to the other side and throws a stone over and hits his own side in the head. And it seems like this platform is throwing stones.